Welcome back to the channel. I've loved shoot 'em ups ever since I can remember. Loved them in the arcades, and of course on various consoles like the Switch, which has been lucky enough to get a ton of these. There's dozens and dozens of classic re-releases and new entries on the eShop. Simply put, you love shoot 'em ups, you're eating well on the Switch. Of course, I love me some deals too. I mean, who doesn't love gaming on the cheap? So while I was looking over the Switch eShop, I noticed a number of awesome shoot 'em ups for real cheap. So for today's video, I assembled a list of 7 of these that can be had for less than $5 each. What's great too, is each one has a different style or feel to them. You'll see what I mean as I go over the list. So without any further ado, hang on, make sure to subscribe to the channel so to you about some awesome shoot 'em up eShop deals. Danmaku Unlimited 3 is a looker with all the bullet hell goodness. I mean, it's a pretty good looking shooter. It's extremely fast paced too, but don't worry, there's multiple difficulty levels in this game, so even if you're not a bullet hell pro, everyone can definitely find some enjoyment here. The game's main feature is the Spirit Graze system for chaining points that rewards players who really master the game. It features up to 25 weapon combinations to discover during gameplay, visual modes including Tate mode, and one heck of a killer soundtrack. It's currently on the eShop for $4.99 until the 26th of this month. Seriously though, check this one out, it is a great shoot 'em up. Ghost Blade HD is a modern shoot 'em up inspired by those late 90s arcade games. In fact, it would fit right into that era. Feels just like our arcade game. It features 5 stages, with 3 difficulty levels, and an in-game achievement system. It also has 2-player local co-op mode, which I love, and online leaderboards too, which is always great when these games have those. It looks very nice, and the music is freaking good too. I love the soundtrack. It's easy to get into and enjoy, but of course there is a challenge for those who want the best scores. It's $4.49 on the eShop until August 26th. Project Starship X is one of my favorite indie shoot 'em ups on the Switch. It is a roguelite, which basically means that each time you play, you get a different set of levels and power-ups. It makes for a fun time, especially when you got that random element going on. What makes it really stand out is its own style from other shoot 'em ups. A lot of crazy items and a lot of humor in this game. It's also got a bunch of secrets too, with those Croat mad events uncroat as the game calls it. It's currently $2.99 on the eShop. It's the lowest price it's ever been until August 26th. Crisis Ring is inspired by those early 90s shooters, specifically those tour plan shooters like Truxton. It's pretty evident in that in its visual style and gameplay. That said, it's a pretty fun shooter, even if it feels a little bit old school. There's 7 levels in the game, bunches of bosses to face, and local co-op play, plus some other extra modes to tackle. It is a bit challenging, but I like it, and if you're really into those old school shoot 'em ups, then you really will like this too. It's $4.79, it's the lowest price ever on the eShop until August 26th. While the previous 4 shooters have definitely been inspired by older games, or try to capture that older gameplay style, Blue Rider here definitely goes for a more modern approach. It's a 3D shoot 'em up both visually, but also in the gameplay too. Often you'll be moving around the battlefield, side to side, often circling enemies and finding paths to survive. So you're not stuck in a traditional path like most shoot 'em ups, and that alone really helps to make this game feel fresh. There's multiple difficulty levels, 9 diverse stages, and of course plenty of boss battles too. Check this one out if you're looking for a different type of shoot 'em up experience. It's just $1.99 on the eShop until August 26th. One of those types of shoot 'em ups I loved from the 90s was those parody shoot 'em ups. Games that tend to be comical in nature. Takotan is in that style, as he plays an octopus who is trying to save humanity from aliens. You're the last hope. Yeah, it's crazy, it's funny, but above all, it's good fun. It's a good shoot 'em up to get into too, as there's modes for casual players. And even with normal mode, it is generous enough since you have a shield that will recover as long as you don't get hit. Of course, those who want a challenge look no further than panic mode. get hit 2 times, and you lose a life. Anyway, it is a nice retro shooter, and it's only $2.79 until August 26th. Superstar Path might be the oddest one in this bunch. In this shoot 'em up, you'll be encountering aliens, and it becomes an almost puzzle-like experience. I like it though. I mean, I love traditional shooters, but I love it when a game tries to do something different. And this certainly is different. There's 3 difficulty modes, randomized stages, plenty of boss fights, and the ability to unlock and upgrade new ships. It's a pretty solid game, especially for being just $2 on the eShop sale. And there you go, some awesome shoot 'em ups that are on sale for pretty cheap. Less than $5 each for each title here. What I really like is that when I look over this list, is that each game feels very different from each other. We got a bullet hell, a 3D shoot 'em up, a parody shooter, a puzzle shooter. I just love that there's variety. Sometimes you just don't see that in other gameplay types. Anyway, feel free in the comments to let me know if you plan on getting any of these games, or if you own any of these, feel free to chime in too. Also, feel free to post what are some of your favorite shoot 'em ups on the Switch in the comments. I always love reading those. If you liked the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, it helps me out. And if you're new here and haven't done so yet, make sure to click on the subscribe and bell buttons so you stay in the know when new videos go live. Finally, for those who love a good eShop deal, well, I have a whole playlist of them that you can check out that's always kept up to date. That's all I have for today. Thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you next time.